Good evening, folks, and welcome to United Real Therapy. I'm having some problems with my internet. Neil Ashton's at the wheel. Neil Ashton is absolutely killing me. So it's a bit surreal. Let me just get him in. Saeed, can you see me, man? Can you see me, man? Let me see more. Let me just see. Guess. Add to the stream. Saeed, can you hear me?
I said, get your laptop working, man. You need to get this for this calling show.
Honestly.
What's up with it? Show me now. I can help you.
No, nothing you can help me, man. It's bloody not in. It's not working. Let me just try again one more time. It's absolutely not working. I try to go to enter my studio, and the internet is just killing me, man. It's killing me. Neil effing Ashton's about it, eh? He's about that.
Connect your 4G to your MacBook.
No, it's not happening. I tried that. Oh my god! And
since I didn't come to your house, yeah.
He's muted me. Listen, can you do me a favor? Add the thing, the invite, so that people can call in as well. Can you add it? Can you pin it, please? Or can you add it?
I can't add it. 1 second. Is it StreamYard covered?
Can you not share it in the comments? Big up everybody, man. We're having technical difficulty.
Right, let me add it.
Let me just see if I can go in 1 second. Oh, I might be able to.
Are you sure?
Me just move here. 1 second. Nah, the internet's still slow, man.
What's up with it? It's not loading.
It's not working, man. It's not bloody working, man. I'm just gonna try to share something in here. Post a comment. 1 second. I'm just gonna post a comment.
I'll add it now. 1 sec.
I can see it. Maybe I can pin it actually. There you go. I've taken it up.
There you go. Yeah, you pinned it. Pin it now.
Yeah.
Pin it. And get I think Malcolm didn't get in. There's a lot of people that didn't get in from my stream. So get Malcolm in. Let me check the comments here. I'm trying to see who come in. I think it's Noah as well. I think didn't come in. I don't know if he's part of your stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It looks like it might be working now.
Is it?
My laptop. So let me just get off here. 1 second.
Yeah. Get off that one.
Can you hear me?
Sorry?
Am I still on here? Hello.
You there? Are you there? Hello? Can you all hear me? Or is it just me? Is it him? He's out. Yeah, if only I could get his link. StreamYard link so I can control it.
Give up. The laptop's not working. I've given up. I've given up, man. I've given up.
You know what you do, though? That's the problem with you, yeah? You leave every single link on.
Say that again. No, it's not because of that.
Leave every single link on.
To do with that. I listen. I shut all that down.
You do.
Listen. I shut it all down. I shut it all down, and I've even restarted the whole laptop. Restarted it all. I've got rid of everything. I have.
Right, get the people on then. Get the people on.
Right.
Get Malcolm on.
Yeah, man.
Let's get the people in, man. I didn't watch the game today, Lord. I'm quite distant with football at the minute.
No. Listen, I didn't watch it either. I didn't even watch it.
I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I had a call-in show, but still, there was a purpose why I had a call-in show at 8 o'clock. I just couldn't be asked.
Yeah. Listen, big up How you doing, Malcolm?
Doing good, man. Doing good, man. What are you saying?
I'm saying I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Listen, the question I
It,
want to ask is, are we all exaggerating? Are we all exaggerating, being overly emotional? Because we knew Ralph Ranić is a builder. He takes time. He's not a quick fix guy. So are we overreacting because of the players, the leaks that are coming from the players? And what is your solution? What can you give me one solution you think that might help Ralph? One thing that you notice that you think, you know what, this might help Ralph.
honestly, all I can say is that look, as much as I can, as much as I can see that, as much as I can say that we're overreacting and it's just a blip. Honestly, I think the flaws are there, and I think it's gonna take more than just than just Ragnick for this whole this whole like new rebuild to get in place, and it's gonna take time, and as I've said that it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And man, I can't even get my words right because we've gone through so much this season, and I don't want to go I don't want to go through much again, but with this club, it looks like it's about to hit rock bottom, and um, I think the only solution is that you know to me this season I'm gonna be focusing more on the players and their behavior, and to me Ragnick, as much as we can question his sort of tactics and how we sets up his style of play, you know I think some of these players just don't want to listen to him, and I think the only solution is that we have to just keep pressuring these players that want to leave, or just don't want to be here, or just don't want to work hard, because it's gonna get messy. Like, shit's gonna get messy, and if things don't get sorted out, I don't know. I really, really don't know. I like to hear from other people's thoughts, because it's looking like it's gonna get real. I think it's gonna get real. I can't even get my words right, as you can see myself now. So yeah.
Malcolm, I'm gonna stop you there 1 second. My brother just had a baby, man. Big up to my brother here.
Oh wow.
Just got a baby here, there, man. So
Congratulations, man.
I'm gonna have to go see the baby now. So big up to everybody who's here, man. Literally just right now. So yeah,
Where
man.
it's
Literally.
St. Mary's, yeah?
Sorry.
That's St. Mary's.
Yeah, St. Mary's. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go see him now, man.
Oh,
So
wicked, man.
appreciate big
Congratulations
news,
to your
man.
family,
Big
Saeed.
news.
Listen, congratulations, man. I love, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm over the moon, man. I'm gonna be thinking, man. Big up, man.
An uncle.
Love, man. Love.
Yeah, man. Love. There we go. Saeed thought had some happiness at least. His brother just had a baby, man. Saeed's an uncle. There we go, man. Congratulations to Saeed. Malcolm, you were saying?
Yeah, as I was saying, is that this season, I think we just have to look more into the players and how they behave, because as much as we can question Ragnick's philosophy and his style of play, I just feel like some of these players just don't want to be there, or just don't want to work out. I feel like they're just sulking just because of just because he's just there for like 6 months, and you know as a manager that's there for 6 months, he's Ragnick is there to just build the foundations, so that for the next manager can come and just build up from there. And I just feel like these players are just not looking at it on a positive side, and it's really, really, really painful to see, because us as fans want to see our team play really good football, and when we have such talented players as Bruno, Rashford, Ronaldo as well, Cavani. When you see players like that, just sulking off, not wanting to work hard and not wanting to help the manager, it just kind of puts the manager and everyone else in a very, very untenable position. And if things don't get sorted out, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And so I really I like to, as I said, I want to hear from other people's other people's thoughts, and because I don't know,
I'm a bit confused.
It's really, really difficult to discuss.
I'm a bit confused about you lot saying star players. What are you saying, Nathan? You're right.
Yeah, man. Big up. Listen. We're just thinking. Are we overreacting?
Nah, Nuruddin, remember when I first spoke to you? Because I even went on Saeed's show like just a moment ago. Congrats to Saeed as well. Remember when I was telling you on the show that too many of these players that are not good enough for even other top 4 teams have been enabled to feel like they have power. Rashford has not done shit on the pitch for me. I'm so sorry. Outside of the pitch, everything he's done, everyone knows. It's starting to get tedious just continuously talking about. It's amazing what he's doing off the pitch, but on the pitch, you haven't done anything. Maguire, this is the biggest one for me, yeah? I'm not jumping on him now because I've been saying it from early. I just don't understand how people are not fair. Like, everyone was complaining about Pogba saying he cost £80 million. Why is he not performing? If he costs £80 million, he should be able just to perform and we shouldn't have to get another partner with him. Harry Maguire, 80 million, the most expensive centre-back. He needs the correct partnership. Did when they bought Van Dijk for Liverpool, did you see them saying that about him? 75 million, we need to get someone to combine with him. No, you're 75 million, you make the other person better. This is the same thing that happened with John Terry and Gary Cahill at Chelsea. Everyone thought Gary Cahill was a baller one season. The season after John Terry left, he got exposed and he's not that great. Same thing as John Stones. He's only good with a dominant partnership next to him. Harry Maguire was obviously over-rinsed. He was never £80 million. And it just shows the dynamics of this club, what the agenda they want to push. Instead of talent, they get what's good for clicks. And that's what we are. We're a bit tame. We're no longer United FC. It's clickbait FC. You want to see Ronaldo do C. You want to see McTominay knee slides. You want Rashford feeding kids or pictures. Like, it's just a joke. Like, it's a complete joke from top to bottom. That's my rant done. But yeah.
No. Listen, brother. Listen. You could say your rant, man, because we need people to rant.
Nah.
One thing I would say, Stephen. I think if you looked at Rashford's numbers, even though he was injured in the past year and a half, he's one of the reasons why him and Bruno, one of the 2 reasons why we finished second, bro. I know that wasn't proper football. I know it was lockdown football, but for me, him and Bruno were overplayed. But what I didn't like the other night is that they both came on and they were both sulking. They were both sulking like babies. They both got on the pitch.
Bruno shit.
No, bro, see what I mean? Reactionary. Like, bro, you can't be saying Bruno. Wait, Paul, you can't say Bruno shit, yeah, because he hasn't been performing. First of all, what actually happened? We've got him from Sporting, yeah. He's carried a team that he's never played in the league before. For how long has he carried us with all the creativity when Pogba wasn't? Because I'm the biggest fan of Pogba. All these players that you love, yeah, weren't standing up. It was Bruno by himself carrying this whole team. So the disrespect for everyone to start jumping on his back here and start going, Bruno shit. Just the same. I guarantee you're the same guys here that were saying, Luke Shaw, you're fat. You're nothing. De Gea, it's time to go. But these players prove you wrong. But you want to jump on them so they'll back their players.
Luke Shaw's dead too, mate. Luke Shaw's dead.
Huh?
Luke Shaw is dead.
He's dead.
Dead baller.
Okay. What? You actually United fan?
That guy's played for United like 8 years, yeah. Only had 1 good season, mate. Only 1. It was half a good season. He's dead baller.
So last season, so the season before he even snapped his leg, you didn't see nothing from him, no?
Yeah, there's a couple of games.
Okay, so what players are you pro for in this team?
What?
So what team?
What players in the team, mate? It's hardly any. Good players.
But I'm asking you. It's a conversation. It's a whole forum. We're conversating. I want to know.
Go on,
What players do you think that are good enough for this team?
Pogba. Ronaldo. De Gea.
I feel like you're just saying names. I don't really feel like you're looking at players.
It's players, mate. 3 players. That's only good 3 players. And Varane.
But that's because Nuruddin can tell you, everyone else in this fan can tell you as well. Like Malcolm, even tell him, I'm the Pogba biggest fan, but the last couple of 4 or 5 years he's been here, ain't done shit. Inconsistent. It's like he's got bipolar. Everyone's seen the movie Split. It's like he's got 20 different personalities. One moment he wants to be Pogba on fire, then he wants to be Casper the Ghost. It's not consistent. It's not consistent enough.
You know what gets me with Pogba? You know what gets me with Pogba, right? Every year around the same time for the past 3 years, he gets the injury around the same time winter month.
Just like Neymar in March.
Yeah, he has to go to Dubai. He has to go to Dubai and then do this and do that. Let me say something to you now, right? For me, no, in the last 9 years, there's not any exceptional players other than what Bruno did when Bruno first came. Now, granted, Bruno's been given the free role, right? Pogba only had that free role for a certain time when Oli first came in. After that, he was put back into midfield. And obviously, Bruno, by that time, was here and he got given the free role. But at this moment in time, what I saw the other night, seeing Rashford and Bruno sulk when they both come on the pitch, I was just like, what the hell, man? And the biggest thing for me is this, that Ralph Rangnick is coming out and saying, he's telling them, but these players have been mollycoddled. I put the tweet out there this afternoon. I've been mollycoddled for the past 9 years. And it's almost like, sorry, the past 3 years specifically, like they can't take any hard work. That's why man are complaining about, oh, I can't be driving when it's 5 o'clock, 5:30 start. Like they don't live in the real world. They're so out of touch. They're so out of touch. But the biggest thing for me is that we always have to bring it out. Manchester United Football Club is the culture. Culture always gets dictated from the top. At the end of the day, whether we try to run away from it or not, whether Ronaldo, we've got Ronaldo now, maybe or not, the culture of this football club is set by the owners and the bankers who control us. So it is what it is. But listen, I'll let you go. Let you guys say, and then I'll try to bring some other people in. But listen, Stephen, have your last word. Malcolm, have your last word because the stream goes a bit funny when too many people are on. So Stephen and Malcolm, have your last word. I'm gonna get Mo and Cedric and Danny to have their piece as well. But go ahead, Stephen, and first of all, Stephen, then Malcolm.
I just hope to God that we get signed in January. If not, the light needs to be shown on this team. Like I said to Saeed, before Rangnick got this position, he was never on the list of anyone's mouth. Nobody even was aware of this guy. I'm not saying he's not.
Listen, I was talking about him when I seen him at Old Trafford 2 years ago as a director of football, though, Stephen.
Yes, exactly. As a board member, not as a manager. This is what I'm trying to say. When we was linked with Conte, Zidane, all of these people, I just hope we make the right decision going forward now. I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm just saying whenever the time's to appoint an actual manager, I pray. Yeah. I'm literally all the gods in the world. I'm praying. Yeah, they do not try and do this naughty thing and say Darren Fletcher. He's been trained by Nick. I just pray to God. That's my final words. I'm just praying. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, Steve. Listen, please, brother, call again and big up, man. Love, respect. Malcolm, go ahead. Your last comment. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Honestly, listen. Honestly, we just have to hope for the best because, look, to me, I feel like it's still too early to question the manager. And honestly, he is in a difficult position, and I just hope that just something changes, and I just hope it changes fast because we just know with this club that anything can happen, and these players are gonna be the soul. They're gonna be one of the main reasons of why this club are where they are, and I just hope that something changes because I still trust Rangnick with the CV that he has, with the credentials that he has, and I trust him that he can change something in the dressing room. And look, Mike Phelan and Darren Fletcher, I do not trust them at all. It's even though Rangnick trusts them, I just do not trust them to make them decisions because I feel like they're the main reasons of why these players are sucking off, not listening to their manager, and it's gonna get worse but I just hope that it gets better sooner than later. And so that's all I have to say.
Yeah, you know what, Lasso? Big up Windy. She makes a really valid point here. For me, Rashford and Bruno have definitely been overused, and they've played to the ground. And I think both of them are feeling it. I genuinely think both of them are feeling it because the way they were overplayed. Of course, both of them want to play, but this robustness BS. That's the reason why. Like Rashford, for me, is so out of form. He's so low on confidence at the moment, and I'm not making excuses for them. I'm not making excuses for any of them, but we can't like fail to remember that it was him and Bruno that were putting up the numbers that took us to second, even though there was no fans in the stadium or whatever. But Malcolm, big up yourself. I can't even hope and pray anymore because I don't think hoping and praying is working. I think
can I just say something? Yeah, let me just say something. Let me just touch on something before I leave. Just one more moment. Honestly, like, when you touch about on the players being run to the ground, I still think there's something happening at the training ground. I still feel like Ragnick is implementing the new style of training and everything, but I just feel like these players are they're all sulking off. I just feel like they're still in that that Ole sentiment where they're all relaxing. They were not a lot of pressure wasn't put on them, and that's what has to happen, because if you want to play good football, if you want to win trophies again, the pressure has to come sooner or later. And I just feel like these players are still in that relaxation moment, and it's not it's when it's time to relax, it's time to relax, and when it's time to work hard, it's time to work hard. And I just feel like these players are not up to that right now, and it has to change fast, because if these players want to leave, then leave. If you're not willing to work out, then get out, because us fans don't want to go through this same situations over and over again. Look, Ragnar comes in a press conferences and mentions every single problem that we see on the pitch, but on the pitch we keep seeing the same problems over and over again. So I don't want to see Ragnar mentioning the same problems, and at the same time we still see them on the pitch every time. And so I don't want Ragnar to just be spitting out words but not changing anything on the pitch. And so that's all I have to say. But big up to you all. Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, man. It's love, Malcolm. Always ring again. Peace, love, and light.
Absolutely.
Danny, are you there? Danny, are you there?
Yes, my brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, Danny. Talk to me. I'm just sorting out my kittens, bro. But talk to me. Talk to me. What do you think is going on, bro? Happy New Year, bro.
First and foremost, Happy New Year to my brother Nuruddin. Happy New Year to everyone. And big up to my guy Saeed, bro, like, do you know what? Just listening to everyone's views and stuff of the situation right now, to be honest, I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed right now, man. I don't know what's going on at the moment. I mean, I feel like it's becoming more and more evident that these players lack respect, and they appear to be spoilt. Like, they're spoilt brats, man. Like, I don't understand. We've gone through all these managers every year, and it's like, what is going on? These players don't have, I don't know what it is. And like what you always say, the structure. I think it all boils down to the structure, man. It always comes back to the structure, because you're putting these players on the big wages, the big contracts. They think they've already made it in life. They think they're already the superstars and stuff. And they just appear like they're spoilt, man. And I don't know what's going on, man. I'm actually at a point, I don't even know what, I can't pinpoint exactly what is going on. But from the looks of things, these players just don't give a shit. And why is that the case? This is Man United. How can we have a bunch of players that just don't give a shit? They're on these big wages. What's going on, man? Talk to me, man. Like, I don't understand, man.
Listen, I genuinely think it's the culture. I really think it's the culture. I think once the culture is set, I think the culture will always be like, for me, once you set a culture,
when was the turning point? When did this happen? Like, when? Because it never used to be this way, man. Like,
Well, to
point?
me, all of this happened when we started having problems where there was no discipline, there's no winning mentality. Was Fergie left? When Sir Alex left, that's when it all began. It all began then because everybody then was making it along. And that's one of the biggest problems here when you've got such a dynasty in one club, one very dominant. And when I try to explain it to some of the fans, Man United have only ever had 3 managers who won the league. You know that? In the history of Man United, like 3 managers have won the league. 2 of them so dominant, so many years. Sir Matt Busby. You know what I mean? And then you used to have before Sir Matt Busby, the guy who won us the league. But after that, that's it. 3 managers have won the league. All the other managers have won cups here and there. But Ferguson was such a dominant person. He was an equivalent to he was a director of football. He was the technical director. He was the head of the scouting team. He was everything. You know what I mean? And that's what happens when you have this huge vacuum. Then the CEO that's worked closely with him for a long time as well is allowed to leave at the same time. And then you got bankers coming in who have nothing about football, 0 knowledge about football, 0, who take proper footballing control. And now we're bearing the fruits of that. We are bearing the fruits of that. So because we're fans and we just care about the football, we like to think, oh, it's just, you know what, match day, what's going on this season, who's the manager buying. That's what we get caught up in. But all of that, Liverpool, at Chelsea, at City, they've got winning machines at the background. There's the front, that's the players and the manager. But at the back of house, they've got a team that's there, that's ready to win and compete. And that is what Man United don't have. And I'm sick of talking about it and always saying it. If your structure ain't right, if your structure's not right, the culture's there's not gonna be no culture there as well. And there's not gonna be any winning mentality.
They're not gonna have respect, are they?
Up and go along.
When they look above them and see the bullshit that's going on, they're not gonna rate it. They're not gonna have respect, are they?
Bro, we are the biggest propaganda machine in the history of football, in the history of sport. That's why you got players and that doing this, doing that. But listen, I don't know who the other guys are. Let me see what they've got to say, Danny. You stay there. Mo, are you still there? And
yeah, I'm still there, mate.
So give me one solution. What one solution you think that that could help Man United?
A lot of solutions, mate. A lot of solutions.
No solution. So it needs to fix. The biggest thing
is
that I need to be patient. I'm going to ask you the question. Because of Ralph Rangnick is more of a long-term builder of projects. He's not a quick fix guy. Are you willing to be patient and trust Ralph Rangnick to change this over time?
Yeah, I'm waiting, mate. 5 years, I'm going to give him time, innit? I have to give him time. Because the amount of crap we have in our squad, and the amount of crap we have upstairs is too much.
Yeah, that's true. That's really interesting, Mo. So you're happy, you're willing to wait and be happy to wait, yeah? You're willing to wait and be happy to wait. Okay, thank you so much, Mo. Go on. Anything else that you like to get off your chest while you're here, bro?
Oh, Luke Shaw, mate, he's crap. I'm telling you, I've had enough of that guy. This guy's coming out, telling the manager to change tactics. He's flipping, he's having arguments with Ronaldo now, apparently, I've heard. I mean, Ronaldo's. I've heard it. I saw it on Twitter somewhere.
It's all these leaks that are coming out, man. Listen,
it's definitely Luke Shaw, man.
Listen, at the end of the day, he looked flawed. And for once, you know, a player was honest. I don't know what he said at the end. You can interpret it in either way. You can interpret it that maybe the manager can bring more ideas. But apparently they had 2 days off. So they had yesterday off and today off. I'm like, what? Like, so they had 2 days off. 2 days off. And I'm like, what? Why are you having 2 days off for? You should be in that training and try to improve again and again and again. Like, try to work in specifically the type of pressing that we saw for the half an hour against Crystal Palace. That's the bit I agree. That's the bit I don't understand. Mo, listen, call again. I got a lot more people waiting. So call again, definitely.
Steve. Love.
Listen, we need a miracle at this point. Because I'm really at a point. I don't know what can help this situation. It needs powers beyond us. Like, it needs, like, We need Jesus Christ to fix this shit, man. Like, this is who. Does anyone have a viable solution like in mind? Like, I don't know how we fix this situation after all these. Like, I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
The biggest thing is hard work, bro. It's hard work because it's in that training ground. It's players taking instructions.
Yeah, but do you get rid of all of these players then?
For me personally, Ralph Ranier got he got the tactics wrong, bro. He got it wrong. He got it wrong, man. He got the tactics wrong.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, after how many games he's been in charge now, and the players already don't rate him. They're already disrespecting him, and it's like, what? He's been making mistakes, fair enough, but it's like you got to give the man time. But at the same time, the players have to respect him, man. They don't respect anyone.
Well, this is the biggest thing. So we've got I can't even see properly, man. Say swear. Go ahead, bro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, okay. Thanks for the platform, Nuruddin.
Yeah, man. Love. Yo, people, smash the like, man. People are calling in, man. We've got a show, man. This is the real therapy, man. People need to get the shit off their chest, man. Seriously,
right.
Go ahead, bro.
What I want to say is basically, look, I think people, I think society has gotten a bit too emotional nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a lag because we haven't moved on from the Oli trauma yet. So this is all from the Oli period where he inherited. Well, he got Ronaldo. He had no choice in Ronaldo. And then Ronaldo, when we're talking about player power, and it's like politics. It's like in politics where a juggernaut comes in and he starts swaying everyone's opinion, and he's calling the shots. He's overriding the manager. He's overriding Maguire. He's overriding Bruno. He's overriding Pogba. He's a battle in there. So what Rangnick needs to do is take the reins of the situation. He needs to take over, and if that means dropping Ronaldo, you drop Ronaldo. That's it. Simple.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think he should go in January. Right, this month, we should let him go to MLS or wherever he wants to go. Just leave, because number one, there's no point. Because number one, he's, as a player in the modern era, you need more from a striker. Unfortunately, you can't just be a finisher. He has to do more. Number one.
So listen, I'll tell you this. I was there. I was alive. I'm maybe showing my age, but I remember in 09, 07, 08, 09, especially 08, 09, Tevez and Rooney had to do a lot of the running. So Ronaldo could serve his energy and be explosive in the last third. So Ronaldo wasn't as chasing back. It was Tevez and Rooney that were doing. People think at those times there was some pressing. You had to press still. You know what I mean? You had to press, you had to squeeze, you had to be aggressive in the challenge, where there was mid block, low block, or like you had full press. You know what I mean? Yeah. You had to do it.
At a high level,
at this moment in time,
he's dropped off.
The biggest question is this. This team's not complete enough to be able to work for Ronaldo, to carry Ronaldo as a box striker. But on the other hand, you could say without him, we won't be in the Champions League. We'll be in the Europa League now.
But this is the thing. I don't like that opinion, because it's like saying, look, it's a weird way of looking at football. So let's say, okay, everyone says Bruno came in and he started scoring goals and all this and that, right? And he saved us and he got us to top. I think it was top 4, right? When he came in January. Okay. You can't make a correlation. You can't say he came in, he scored these goals. If he didn't come in, it doesn't mean that we wouldn't have gotten top 4. It's just based on, it's hard to describe. Getting Champions League because of Ronaldo is not because of Ronaldo. If you want to attribute it like that, that's nuts. There's lots more factors than just Ronaldo. He comes on and he scores a goal. It's more to. I would rather the team plays better and the team scores goals. I don't care who scores the goals, but because Ronaldo's there and it's all about him.
I get what you're saying. If they weren't accommodating Ronaldo, then it would be someone else, or it would be something else.
Yes, there's always someone else that can score. I don't care who scores, but someone can score.
Listen, I understand that, but
it's ifs and buts,
I was in that stadium, and somebody who absolutely hates and despises the Europa League football I was so happy we had Ronaldo to finish them, especially in big games, man. He stepped up. At the end of the day, because his record in the Champions League is amazing. No, you're not going anywhere, you little rascal.
But no,
My kittens are fighting people. Goes and see them. It's war in my house tonight. It's war.
But
the kittens have had enough.
You know, this Champions League thing as well is funny. Like, everyone wants to get through to the knockouts, right? But we know, everyone knows, we're going to get hammered by a team. We're going to get one team.
Team, bro. Whether we like it or not, we always get knocked out. To me, listen, say swear, I just despise the Europa League. So that's why I was just happy about that. But I understand, listen, we don't have the team. The team wasn't structured enough to carry Ronaldo, right? Yeah. Ronaldo can bring the best attributes out of a team that's already there, that's gonna, especially attacking players that are gonna do the work. But we didn't have any players and no structure in our team. We don't have a decent midfield. I mean, and some of the decisions that Ralph made the other day was just, I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't, honestly. Like,
can I say my solution, please?
You can't play 2 strikers up front and then play with a midfield of those 2. And then have fullbacks that can't really cross the ball. Well, especially one.
Nuruddin, you know, in that game, right? He set up with the 4-2-2 or 4-4-2, whatever it is. And as soon as first minute, I saw that the issue was, everyone can see the issue, overrun in midfield and the wing backs. So for me,
you know what, Norwich tried to do that to us, but they didn't have the players that are well enough, and they didn't have the wing backs to do it. But we saw how narrow we are, and that's why I came out straight away and said, this 4-2-2-2 that he wants to play, or 4-4-2, Man United don't have the players. He doesn't have the midfield to be able to do what he wants to do. Physically, they can't do it. They can't do it.
But I think that Rangnick can solve a lot of problems just by taking a striker off and putting on a midfielder in the midfield to battle.
Most people forget that he was about to take off Cavani, then he changed his mind.
This is what I'm saying. Player power is so powerful. You know, after the game, right? He said, they said, why did you take Greenwood off or something, right? And he said, well, I only had out of Greenwood and Cavani, who can I take off? And I was thinking, Ronaldo's there as well. You know, you could take him off. It's not like he's invincible. So for me, that's telling. The player power is a big problem, and he needs to start moving like the boss. He needs to start saying, "You're not playing because I don't want you to play. No one can tell me anything." If he doesn't do that, and he tries to accommodate people like Oli, he's gonna get swallowed up by the changing room, and then he's gonna struggle. It's gonna be a difficult time for him.
Listen, say I swear, thank you so much. We really appreciate
No problem, man.
You're not hating on Ronaldo. I just want to recap your point. You think that you're saying that this team's not set up for Ronaldo to be able to be the freeloading, basically. So that's why you rather think, you know what?
Because it's not worth the cost of the player part, the impact he has in the dressing room.
The team,
It's not worth the benefit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, everybody's gone under their shell. When we signed Ronaldo, I said Ronaldo's going to expose a lot of people. I said Ronaldo's going to expose the coaching staff. He'll expose the manager if the managers and the coaching staff don't rise to it. And if the players don't rise to it, I did say that. But I didn't know that the players are all going to go in their shell. They're all like scared, almost on the pitch because Ronaldo's there.
Don't you think he's like a baby though? He's like a big baby. He's not really like a leader. He's a baby. He whinges a lot.
They're scared of eating the chips and stuff now, innit?
He's going to go down as one of the great, if not the greatest footballer of all time, bro.
Yeah, but was he ever a leader though? I don't think he's a leader.
Listen, but in his mind, that's what makes him a winner, bro. He's got more trophies than Man City will ever have, mate, in my lifetime. That just shows you, bro. But anyway, love.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
You make some valid points. I don't agree with every one of them, but you make some valid points. Big up.
Okay, no problem, man. Thank you.
Super Nick, welcome to the stream. If you can hear us, please let us know what you're thinking, sis.
Hello.
1 second, bro. We'll bring you in. Super Nick, are you there?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good, sister. It's wonderful to have you on the stream. Talk to us. Give us your 2 pence. Brother, I'll come to you as well. Pop, bear with me, Pop. We got to get our sister in. We don't have many sisters calling in on the show, so we're going to get our sister in, and then we'll come to you and Joe, and then back to Danny as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, listen, there's going to be no quick fix and there's going to be no miracle overnight, because as long as these people are still the owners of this club and we have the board that we have, things will not change. We can blame the players all we like. We can change manager after manager, but it will not change a thing, because those people, the players, the managers, even the coaches, they are all pawns being used for the Glazers to earn money and make money. And we can put ourselves in that equation too, as long as we continue to divide and fall for their traps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the smoke scenes, the constant stories, the constant leaks, you know, all the thing about, you know, driving at night. How many times do you think those players would have driven at night? In reality?
No, of course. Listen, no, of course, 100%. But I'm not gonna lie to you. It came from decent, good sources that some of the players, not all of them, some of the players said it messes up their daytimes. Now I know that some of them train at different times, but Ollie, in the last, especially since COVID, they've been training more mornings. So they've been training. They've been getting their
Nuruddin, what is this?
No, but hang on, no, but
and they've been training in the morning.
But I hear what you're saying.
But some of them were complaining that it is, you know what? It's like they've already got other things set up and they don't want to be, they want to go back home by that time. Because it's kind of like a routine and a pattern, isn't it? So when you get a routine in life, like for some people who never work shift, they work a shift and then the shift gets changed and they're like, oh, I have to switch everything around my life around. So some of them were complaining apparently.
No, I hear what you're saying, but you see how the whole context was framed. It was framed as if to say, oh, I'm being a big baby. Oh, it's the dark. No, that how you said it makes it sound more logical, because we know in this age, these players have more than what they've got going on the pitch. They're doing other things, and that's fair enough. But how it was framed was something that where you're going to turn around and say, some of the fan base are going to say, oh, these players rare. Oh, these players, they're getting paid too much. And then that throws a smoke screen for the Glazers and co to keep on doing what they're doing, for us to turn against the players who are then going to start thinking, boy, what's the point? You know, what's the point of coming out and doing the most for the fans? Because the fans don't even rate us like that. And then who's protecting them? The same marketing and PR people are busy putting out these stories and doing all kinds of things to deflect from the upper echelons, while the players are basically being hung out to dry, and we are falling right into their trap. If you're going to talk about Ronaldo and say Ronaldo, oh, well, you know, he should be doing this. You want the man to run around the pitch at his age, even though, you know, we know how great he is. But at the same time, he's not the only one on the pitch. Each and every one of those players have a job to do. He is at the end. He's the end product. What about the midfield? What about the defense? You know what I mean? So people
100%. 100%.
When they're trying to put where they place the blame. Because
100%. But we know, listen.
We're placing the blame in the wrong areas. We're looking at things on a very, very, like year 9 level. You know what I mean? We got to upgrade the uni now. Come on.
Listen, 100%. And it's also, listen, it's always bigger to blame the foreigner, isn't it? This is what this country is built on, innit? It's always quick to scapegoat the foreigner and to protect the British players, innit? That's what we always do with Man United. There's always the protection. For me, Ronaldo's one of the most incredible players. But if the people who said yes to him didn't understand that the team have to do a lot bit more work, because the man's nearly 37 now, that we have to, because we were doing that when he was in his 20s with Tevez and Rooney. Tevez and Rooney were doing that graft for him. But he was the match winner.
People seem to forget. And you know what, Nuruddin? I was remembering something, and I don't know for verbatim what the words were, but I remember Rio talking about how he found out that they were going to move him on, and Woodward's coming and sitting down next to him after the match to tell him that.
It's Rio Ferdinand, Rio.
Yes. So when you think of practices like that back then, you can just imagine what's taking place now and how much of an impact Woodward and whoever's going to be taking over from him now is going to have. They're going to have some kind of hand, even the team being picked.
Nikki, listen, 100%. I'm telling you now that Woodward's not leaving. This consultant, he's not consultant. He's still in charge. He's still in charge. He's still running things.
It's musical chairs, you know, set to trying to blindfold us to the fact because they know how unpopular he is. So rather than say he's gone, move him somewhere else.
And that's why, you see how they tried to placate us after the Super League when they all came out, the scandal. They were like, okay, he's going to be going. So they threw him under the bus. But now, because he signed Ronaldo, it's like he's back in with a gang. And now Richard Arnold says, like he said, the musical chairs. Sister, please ring in again. I definitely want to get Windy on as well, you and Windy. I want to do like, you know, I want to just put the... because I want to hear from your two perspectives. Because I used to have Rachel's on this channel, but lately she's just been really busy with her channel and with life and with family life and her uni course. But I need to get more women because women bring a different perspective. Because us men, we're sometimes too kind of narrow and too emotional and too focused, where you guys look at the bigger picture more, better than we do. And that's a fact.
Thanks, Nuruddin. And I think as well, player power is a myth to an extent because, let's face it, if the owners want to get rid of a player, they'll do it. If the owners want to keep a player, but it's all down to money. So
and this is it, especially at United, it's Glazeronomics, isn't it? It's Glazeronomics, Nicky. It's called, that's why it's called, it's got a name for it at United, it's called Glazeronomics. They rather retain a player and they go, well, it's got value, then go on scout and buy a player because you're just giving wages, you're not doing a signing on fee. So they think, well, we don't have to get a signing on fee on the new players that we sign. We just keep the old players and keep it rolling. That's how they think.
Exactly. On Friday, they're getting an 11 million dividend out of this club. Exactly. So do you really think they care about what's happening on the pitch?
No chance. No chance. Right, Nikki, love. Listen, we got Pop and then we got somebody else. Nikki, thank you so much. Thank you for giving us an insight. Love, sis. We got Joe and then we got Nick. So we'll go to Pop first. Pop wanted to say something and we'll come back to Joe. Go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, you're hearing me, right?
Yeah, man, I can hear you, brother. Happy New Year, brother.
I'm saying fans, to me, they are hypocrites, you know, because if City had signed Ronaldo and he was at like, say, he had like 15 goals right now, everybody would be blaming the Glazers. Why we never signed Ronaldo? Why we never snapped him? So we can't have it both ways. You know, we have to start out the team first and become a better footballing team. Because Ronaldo, give him the chance, he will finish the chances. Trust me. So I'm not going to be like a hypocrite. He has some bad moments on the pitch when you watch him. He has some bad sloppy touches, you know, because he's 6'4", so he's a lanky guy, you know. He's tall, so he has like bad touches, bad passes. So I'm not going to say he's perfect, but we must look at other things in why Ronaldo is not striving, because if he went to City and he was challenging like Salah for the top scorer, we will be all crying, say, yo, we should have got him, etc. So we must look at it both. We can't be hypocritical.
No, listen, for me, the biggest thing for me, I asked and on Twitter, brother Pop, and I said, do you think we need Ronaldo? Do you think we need midfield players? I think we need a midfield player because midfield helps you dominate. I asked a question on my Twitter. When was the last time that you really saw Man United dominate a midfield? I grew up on the football in the 30s. If we dominated the midfield, we won the game, right? So City, Liverpool, Chelsea. The other day, was it Kovac and Kante dominated the three Liverpool. Chelsea were the better team because you dominate. It makes you dominate games. But when you got Matic and McTominay and Fred, none of them, other than Matic is old, McTominay and Fred are not good enough on the ball. They're not good enough to play for Man United on the ball.
No, they are not. Definitely.
Exactly. Listen, Danny needs to come back, man. I wanted him to have his last say. But Pop, I appreciate that, bro. You're giving a different perspective to Ronaldo. I'm gonna go to Joe. But Pop, listen, go on. Happy New Year, brother. I hope you and your family are well.
Stay safe, man. Love you, man.
Listen, all love, brother. But last point, bro. What do you think? What one thing that you could change at United? Give me one thing that you could change that might help the situation.
All right, I will change the whole image of the club because we have too much players and they are on world class wages, but they're not world class. So I want the image of the club to be like, yo, this is Manchester United. I really want to play here. I want everybody to have that hunger. I don't want to be a club where people think it's a daycare. You just come and retire, earn a big wage, and then you go home, you know? I want to be something that people dream to play, the same club that people dream to play about. I want players to say, yo, I want to come here and play free for you. That's it. That's the image I want to change for Manchester United. And the owners, I want them to be crucified like Jesus, man. I want to get let's do what you gotta do it. Get rid of them.
It's love, brother. It's love.
Yeah.
It's love and respect always. Big up, man. Big up to all my people in the Caribbean, man.
All right.
Big up to all my people in the Caribbean, man. Happy New Year to all my people in the Caribbean. I got nothing but love. We're gonna go to, I think it's Joe. Joe, go ahead.
Dean, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. We're surviving, bro. We're surviving in this. It's peak right now to be a United fan, brother.
I don't even know. I mean, it's crazy out here, man.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Yeah,
it's super crazy.
I have to give you your props because you were saying that Ole wasn't the problem, right? Wasn't the only problem. I mean, I was in that camp that also thought that once we got rid of him, our problems will be solved. But I mean, I think you've been proved right. I know you've been asking for solutions. Well, I mean, the only solution will be to get new owners, but that's not going to happen, right? So the best way to go about it is to improve the structure. Let Ralph move to somewhere in the top, make football decisions, and we've seen that there are 11 players that want to leave. Just let them leave. Get them people that want to play. If you have to play the youth, play the youth. I don't mind if we change the structure and we for this season we end up mid-table, but we play the people that want to be here, keep them here. Those that want to leave them. We saw that with Arsenal. They dropped players like Aubameyang and other players that didn't want to play, and they were playing. They've been playing the kids, and they're doing all right. I mean, we need to go in the same direction, and we probably have a better improvement in how we play if we make those changes.
100%, brother. 100%. I agree with everything that you said. I think it's a combination of mishmash players, no proper plan when it comes to signing players, no clear strategy, and we are bearing the fruits of that.
And
we're bearing
the sister who was on here earlier.
Yeah,
player power to a degree is a myth. Okay, because the board, if they, hello.
Yeah, brother, go ahead, Bet.
Oh, hi. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to tell you guys. Firstly, Glazer's out.
Always, brother. Always.
Bankers out. Bankers out. Glazer's out. And secondly, excuse me. I want to say this. I want to say a little story about Manchester United. Before Ranić came in, okay, there was a management team, okay, and I call this management team the Ole entity. Okay, it consisted of 5 people: Ole at the head, Carrick, Phelan, McKenna, and Fletcher. And then Ole got sacked. Okay, but we've got 2 members of the Ole entity who are still within this club, and one of them is stood beside Ranić on the touchline in games giving orders. And I'm wondering, what the hell is he still doing there? So Ole is still in the club in spirit. He's still there in spirit. He's still inside all of the players. He's inside all of the players.
And he refused to leave, bro. He's still picking the team, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, for me, I look at it. They said John Murta, right? This is where the internal appointments of Man United bankers, Ed Woodward. So basically, you always have to have yes man. He can never have anybody that challenges him and challenges how we see, because he's inadequate. He does nothing. He has absolutely zero qualification. Everybody in the chat has more footballing knowledge than he will ever have in his life, right? So he appointed John Murta, who did some work, who came in exactly the same time as David Moyes, but did various jobs. He did a decent thing with the youth team, was helped to set up the women's team. all of that's falling apart, by the way, the women's team. Loads of players left because the women were so inadequately treated. She was the best coach women's coach that I think Man United will ever have, Casey Stoney. A brilliant coach, an absolute brilliant coach. So many young women wanted to come and play for United that wanted to work with her. As soon as she left, there was an exodus. There was an exodus of them leaving, right? Because of the way that we treated them, the way that the training ground, the way that everything about Man United is old, is proper old. You know what I mean? It's like we haven't got modernized new stadium. We haven't got modernized training facilities. We don't have, because everything for the last 16, 17 years, they did nothing. All about dividends. So when he's in charge, Darren Fletcher comes back. Darren Fletcher, I was hearing, he's got decent football knowledge in terms of football. He's a thinker of football. I'm like, okay, but he could be. That's what the reports were, right? The PR that's built around him. But then he came, so he said he's going to be a technical director. Technical director means that developmental director. He's going to do the same job as Nicky Butt was doing. Nicky Butt was basically making sure that the under 18s and the 23s, those are good enough, can help them with that transition for them to be training and playing with the first team, with the squad, with the first team squad, and then hopefully the young players then making their debuts for the first team and helping them with that transition, because he's been through it before, especially Nicky Butt, right? At this moment in time, Darren Fletcher is also then becoming a coach. So all it is, I think that's Ed Woodward's insurance. If he goes tits up with Ralph, Darren Fletcher and Mickey Phelan are still there. So I actually agree with what you're saying, but I think those guys are still there. And I've never heard, even though it was short term, I've never heard or seen, I've never seen previous managers, coaches staying with a new coach. I've never heard of that, man.
Me neither.
I don't think anybody will, but I think partly Ralph Rangnick has compromised himself. And because you always have to compromise to the bankers. That is a big thing that a lot of the fan base don't understand. Man United, you have to compromise to the football structure that they have. That means the bankers. You can't. They don't adapt to you. You have to adapt to them. And it's a dangerous thing if you do that, because you're compromising your own ideas, your own principles. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that to me, yeah, I agree totally. And one thing about Rangnick specifically, he appears to be somewhat compromising his own philosophy. When I watched Rangnick in the post-match interview after Wolves, he said he basically said our midfield was dominated. And then when he was talking about taking Greenwood off, he said, "Oh, yes, I had to take someone off, and I couldn't take off McTominay and Fred." But just before then, he said our midfield was being dominated.
Go ahead, bro.
And I'm thinking, is this guy possessed?
Exactly.
I'm not having a go at Rangnick. I still think he could do something with the team. Okay, I still think he needs time, but he's showing me some, odd signs here and there that his strings are being pulled.
100%, 100%. That's what it looks like to me, because I'm like, listen, the only time we saw the real Rangnick style of play was half an hour, 35 minutes against Palace. And that's the only time we've seen it. But listen, definitely call a hell, bro. Is it Beck? Is it Beck? So is that DJ? Is that Beck? Are you Beck? What's your name, bro?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, BB3K.
Yeah, BB3K. Lots of love and respect, brother. Call again, definitely. You made some vital points. 100% love, brother. We're gonna go to I don't know who was next, but let's go to Michael, and then we go to we'll go to Michael, and then is it Vidasaf, and then we'll bring DJ Paul in as well. Go ahead, Michael, if you can hear us.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Bro, I'm trying to do things for my mental health, man. Therapy. I'm trying to get in proper therapy, watching films, going and seeing friends, because I was ill over the New Year, innit? So I didn't see a lot of friends. I was in bed, man. I had a horrible flu, so I've been trying to get out and about, bro. But yeah, I'm well other than Man United, innit? It's an absolute mess. But to be fair, I'm getting used to it now, especially with the bankers in charge.
Oh my God, it's so crazy. I just want to start by saying, that game versus Wolves, right? How the hell is Phil Jones was the only player stood out among everyone else when he didn't even play for 2 years? Like, isn't that so crazy?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So is it the fact that the player's not showing anything, or like where's the energy, or is it like the coaching style that doesn't suit the system? I mean the formation.
First of all, let's get the facts right. They had to close the training ground twice in the last 3.5 weeks, nearly 4 weeks. So of course it's going to be very difficult because we had a lot of cases of COVID, and they have to follow the Premier League's COVID protocols. That means that even if you're not tested properly, if you're not tested positively, you've been around players who have been tested, you need to isolate as well. So not all of the players have had COVID. It's just about the self-isolating because you've been mixing with other players. That's one part of it. So he's not had the time to actually address anything. The 3 days that he had, or the couple of days that he had when he came in after the Arsenal game, was the Crystal Palace game. And we saw it for 35 minutes, how he wanted to play. After that, we didn't see it again. We've not seen it. And for me, one thing I saw, whether it's the players, but the personnel you're picking as well. You can't pick the same personnel. You can't pick McTominay and Matic in midfield 2 games in a row by 2 different styles of play when you're playing against a team that's playing 3 at the back, who's got a very competent midfield, and against a team that's low on confidence, that's Burnley, who reasonably, more than any other season, could be under serious threat of going down, right? Like, we matched them with 4-4-2 because that's how they play, right? But you can't play that formation and that personnel if you're going to try to get something out of the game against Wolves. And then it took a long time for him to change it, right? And that's the thing, worrying things for me. Is he being told he has to pick certain players for the team?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's my theory too. Like, I think he has to. Like, Van de Beek's not even playing.
Yeah, I know, bro.
He's the most creative midfield. He's the smartest and the most intelligent midfield we have.
2-touch footballer. He's the best 2-touch footballer we got, bro. Touch move.
Top player. No, like, not even like a question. Like, and then players like McTominay plays ahead of him. Are you kidding me?
And you know what the British people try to tell me, bro? Because they work hard. Like Van der Beek just walks around on the football pitch. Like, he doesn't work hard. Are you kidding me?
Are you serious?
Bro, listen, I just try to remind them. But on that, Ollie, most people like to forget about that game. But we were like, I don't know what the score was, half-time. Ollie took off Scott McTominay, who stung the place out. Donny came on. We created 3-4 chances. He created
straight away.
Exactly. And he had 6 minutes, bro. 6 minutes in 5 games under Ranić. Why? Like, that's the biggest thing. At this rate, Amnesty International are going to be recalling Old Trafford, trying to relieve him, saying that this is abuse. This is human rights abuse. This guy, you're not going to play him. Why don't you just let him go? And now they're saying they don't want to let him go in case somebody else gets injured. So you're keeping him as an insurance. That's amount of disrespect.
A player with the profile of Donny van de Beek, who played semi-final UEFA Champions League and nominated for, like the Ballon d'Or or whatever.
Listen, he got the team there. He got his team there. He scored in all of those big games. Valencia, Chelsea, Spurs, Real Madrid.
Exactly.
Listen,
Real Madrid.
I'm going to give you one solution you think might be able to help. What do you think, bro?
Oh, man. I don't know at this point. I don't know if the problem with the formation or like the profile of players we have doesn't suit the style that Ranić wants. But obviously, like, I see that the attitude is definitely not there. Like I said, like the fact that Phil Jones was the one that stood out the most. So I think there's like pretty much like all these players think they're superstars, like, for example, Rashford. He's trash.
He's on bad form at the moment, bro. Listen, he's on bad form at the moment. He's lacking in confidence. He looked like he was very unhappy. Him and Bruno, both of them. I don't know if they're sulking because they were first-team players and now that they're not being first-team players. But he's lacking in confidence. And in football, confidence is a big thing, bro. I mean, I'm just dumbfounded. Like, he can't even string a pass together. But to be fair to him, we have overplayed him and Bruno for almost nearly 2 years, bro. We worked them into the ground. And I think maybe they're just physically and mentally exhausted. Maybe we need to give them both time off.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, Norton, this is my opinion. Okay, I think I would like to see players like Sancho, Pogba, Martial, Van de Beek play in the same team, and we haven't seen that.
Listen, Martial is done. Martial is done out here, bro. They're waiting to get money.
I know he wants to leave, but he's the best player that can hold the ball, and then we don't even have that kind of player.
Well, this is it. But even look at the hypocrisy. Cavani wants to leave. Cavani wants to leave. He put out Instagram post, wants to leave, right? But then he gets to play. We try to keep him on the pitch so that he wants to stay. But Martial were like, okay, you're not gonna play because you want to leave. It's like, it's like, who's making it? I'm telling you, the bankers are making the decisions. Ralph is not making the decisions. I'm telling you, everything points towards
that's crazy.
The bankers making the decisions, and that's the craziness for me. That's the craziness for me. He was going to, honestly. I was ill. I wasn't well, so I didn't go to the game. I was watching it here, and the commentator was saying, "Oh, Cavani's number is coming up." All of a sudden, Cavani's number changes to Greenwood's. Why? Why? It's crazy. But thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for
your
call
show. Again. Definitely call again, bro. I'm going to be having more calling shows, man. Love. Listen,
love.
There's 170 of you in here. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. And especially like it for all the callers that are calling in tonight, man. Big up, Michael. Big up, Michael. Yeah, man. Everyone. Love. Yeah, I see you, CM. There we go. We're going to go to, is it Fida? I can't see that name properly, man. Somebody help me out, man. Is it Fida?
It doesn't matter, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, brother. Please, how do you pronounce your name, bro?
Yeah, but actually, I want to say something. We didn't concentrate on the real problem. And
go ahead.
Let me tell you what the real problem actually is, according to me. When Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013, United didn't lose only the identity, but was the control of the dressing room. When we had Moyes, he tried to change something. He tried to replace the player because some of them were older and above 13 years old. The player didn't like that, and Moyes was fired. After that, we bring with Van Gaal. He tried to replace the player with the player he wanted. He was supported. He got 100 million budget, and he actually got all the players he wants. But he tried to change the tactic. He tried to replace the player with young blood. But the problem there was that the system wasn't suited to United, and the player turned against him. He was fired. Same happened with Moyes, and same happened with Ole. The real problem is not only Glazer and Ed Woodward. Yeah, they are to blame. But the problem is that the players are now bigger than the club. They fired 4 managers till now. And if Rangnick was permanent manager, he would be fired instead, actually immediately. I think that the only way to turn things around is to hire a new manager in the summer, to support him, and to start building this team for the ground up, which means to get rid of all the unhappy players. If this means to get rid of Ronaldo, okay. If that means to get rid of Bruno, okay. I will feel sorry if Donny leaves because I think he's a quality player, but if he wants to leave, okay. This is the only solution, to start building this team from the ground up, like Klopp did with Liverpool. It could take us another 3 or 4 years, but if you want to turn things around and to be great again, I think this is the only way.
Yeah, thank you so much for your contribution, brother. Definitely call again. I think it's the culture set from the owners and to the bankers who run the football club. So the culture change happened. That's when it happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man. Big up. Thank you so much, brother. Love. Listen, welcome, brother. How you doing, man? Thank you waiting patiently, man. How you doing, bro? Happy New Year, Paul.
I'm doing good. I'm actually at the airport. I'm in St. Louis. But yeah,
what's the weather like there, bro? Looks like it's sunshine behind you, bro.
It's cold. It's really cold. It's
cold.
It's freezing out here. So, but yeah, just pretty much like what everyone said. Pretty much, I just think the team is on its knees right now. I feel like a lot of these players need to need to be sold like pronto. After that Newcastle game, I was like, I've written the season off. I was like you, because I think you said you wrote the season off, because I was like, the way we played, I'm like, when we play like that, it's like we don't get results. It's not like we have two type of ways when we play. We play poorly and get results, but we play poorly and don't get results. That was the way we played on Monday against Newcastle, the Monday before. And I'm like, I don't see anything going forward for us, because we're not doing anything. We can't dominate games. We give the ball away. The technical ability in this team is so poor. Like, I just don't understand. Like, people can't even control a ball. Like Wan-Bissaka, my God, like this guy, you're a senior player, bro. Like, I don't understand. So I mean, these problems persistently keep happening, and I don't know what's next. I feel like Ragnick, he's forced to play in some of these players. I don't even believe, in my honest opinion, that he really does rate Elanga. I feel like he just wanted to say that, just, to say that. I really don't, because he brought him on in the last game. I'm like, we need a goal. Why are you bringing him on? What is he going to do? So you feel me? It's just stuff like this. I feel like he's forced into playing some players, and you can already see it in terms of the formation. Some of the players he's taken off. He took off Greenwood in the last game. Norwich, he took off Sancho. Like these things, he's not really. I don't know. He's being influenced by a third party. And I feel like that third party is the usual suspects that we've always been calling out, for a while. So honestly, I don't know. I told Saeed earlier today, we might not see another trophy in our lifetime, and I feel like people have to understand that.
No, listen, Paul, DJ, Paul, listen, bro, listen. I understand it's cool. Listen, I remember a lot of United fans who were older than me were like 25 years we've not won the league. I was 10 when Man United, 10, 11, I think, when Man United, maybe, yeah. I was 10, 11, maybe 12 when Man United won the league first time after 25 years, bro. So I'm telling you, Man United, we will rise again. We've rose from bigger disappointments, bro. Our players were all, majority of people died, plane crashed. So Matt Busby was in his deathbed. You know what I mean? A lot of the players were on their deathbeds. We rose from the ashes. That's why we're the most romantic football club in the world, bro. We rose from destruction and death to be the first English club to win the European Cup. So anything is possible, bro. We just need to get rid of your fellow countrymen. We need to get rid of them. So if you see them walking around somewhere, you just need to stick it to them, Paul.
I don't identify with them. I don't identify with them. So
I'm joking. Of course you don't, bro. Of course you don't. But listen, Paul, I agree with some of the things you said. I don't want to be such a defeatist, because I've even said, we've got a joke on the WhatsApp group, hope and pray, yeah? The hope and pray emoji. I'm like, cancel that, man. I'm not even talking like that anymore. I don't believe in prayer. I've got no hope. That's who I am right now. After what I watched the other night, I think Ralph Ranier got every aspect of it. Could have got it wrong. He got it wrong. But if we're gonna believe the rumors that are coming out, right? What Neil Ashton is feeding, because we know that Neil Ashton and players' agents are feeding to protect their players. If we were to believe any of those, the dressing room looks like it's divided. And there's no divided dressing room that's ever done anything successful. So that's the first and foremost. That's what we need to get back up. Brother, love, respect, always bring in. Bro, and also Happy New Year to you and all your loved ones and your friends. And I hope you had a good holiday time, bro. You had some.
I did.
You're in the airport, you're visiting. You've been spending time with family in St. Louis.
Yeah, I just came from California, so I'm at a layover in St. Louis for like the next few minutes, and then I'm going back to Maryland. So
wicked, bro. Wicked. Love, respect, and love, brother.
Have a good year ahead.
Yeah, man. Let's hope, brother. Let's hope for all of us, for everybody in this world, and especially for Man United.
Yeah.
We get back to that. Thank you. Yeah. Listen, we're gonna say welcome to the stream. So we've got first time caller. I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna come back to you, Wesley. Is that Tanga?
Oh, it's Tega.
Tega, welcome, bro. Love, happy New Year, man. And then I see you, CM, as well. We're gonna come to you, but go ahead.
Happy New Year to you, Nuruddin. I'm a fan of your show.
Love, brother.
I'm glad to be, brother. I'm glad to be on here. And here's my take on what's going on. I still think we don't have a clear identity yet. I think we need a clear identity of how we're going to play, and we need to commit to that. I was really excited when we got Rangnick because I thought that he was going to come in and stick to a style of play, and even if it was ugly, just stick to it. But what has happened is it looked like it wasn't quite working after the first game or couple of games. There was a bit of success in that first 30 minutes, and then we regressed back to our old ways. But I would rather if we just stayed committed to the process and let the wheels fall off. But we don't have an identity. I think that's the first problem. And then the second problem is our players have now become bigger than the club. It never works. It never works. The feeling I have just from what I hear is that there are certain players in the dressing room that are bigger than the coach. So it doesn't matter what Rangnick thinks at the end of the day. If Rashford is unhappy, if Bruno is unhappy, if Ronaldo is unhappy, then that's the end. That's the end game. And so unless we get those two things right, I think we're in big trouble. So that's my observation from the outside. I don't know what do you say to that?
You know what? I think definitely sticking to identity is really important. But for a club or for a team that's not had a clear identity for a long time, other than counterattack and other than, you know what I mean, just the big players turning up, you know what I mean, turning it on, I think it's very difficult. I think the Omicron, done a lot of damage to us. I think that closing the training ground for a couple of days, like for 4 days here and then closing it for a week and a half, like here, I think that really did us. I think that's really damaged what Ralph's trying to get across. I do think, though, that I've not seen too many managers who come in and stick to the same plan as the old manager. Yes. And I think in terms of playing style, personnel on the pitch, I think Ralph Rangnick is sticking. And that's why he was in 2.5 hours conversation with Ollie. That's why Darren Fletcher's now is there. That's why Mickey Phelan's still there. And we need to move away from that. And you need to see these other players who've not played, because to me, they need the chance to prove to you they need to be in the team to impress you. You need to give them the chance. And I didn't see that. And I thought he got the tactics, the formation, everything wrong against Wolverhampton, because you have to look at Wolves and see what they do. And he didn't change it in time enough. But yes. I think Ronaldo, he can be bigger. He's the biggest story wherever club is at. Of course, Man United, but Man United, really, we've been languishing for the past 9 years. This is a combination of all of that's wrong with a football structure. And this is what we're feeling the fruits of it. But the biggest thing is, for me, whoever's divided needs to get united quickly. Yes. The players need to get united, because we need a squad that's united if we're going to try to chase down top four. But for me, after the Newcastle, I said it was done. It was done out here. Me personally, I said it was done, because I can't see Man United replicating, because it's not like we're fighting Tottenham for the top four or just Arsenal. We're fighting Spurs, Arsenal, and West Ham.
That is correct.
So it's going to be a difficult time. But listen, Tege, thank you for ringing, brother. It looks like it's sunshine where you are, bro. Where are you, bro?
I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. So the weather is pretty good. It's not as warm. It gets really hot out here in the summer, but it's still pretty good. It's up in it's 50s, 60s.
Wow.
In Fahrenheit, so like maybe 15, 20 degrees Celsius.
Yo, still nice. Yo, here it's like 3 or 2 in Manchester.
No.
I'm cold, bro. I'm cold. Anyway, love and respect, brother. Call in again. You made some valid points, man. Smash a like, people. Smash a like for everybody callers. We're going to go to Wesley, and then we're going to go to CM. Go ahead, Wesley. Big up.
First of all, the weather here is not really good. It's raining outside. Just like Man United, keeps raining down. No sunshine at the club. Can't speak too loud because I'm in bed. But The input I want to give was where did it go all wrong? I mean, I think what Ollie tried to do for 3 years is exactly the opposite. He in my opinion, it became a delusional positivity in the club, and everybody thinks, positivity, the feeling around the club is good, and always positivity, but you forget the other things. Life isn't really only positive, and I think now people accountability is also a word that's not in the dictionary in Man United from top to bottom, because at the director level, at the CEO, the club, the manager, the players, they're not accountable. They think they're better than they are. That's the hard truth, And what needs to happen? What needs to happen is the players all need to unite. They need to have a hard conversation, because we need to get the most out of the season, and just do the hard reset at the end of the summer. Everybody who doesn't want to be here, just go. I would rather play the kids than all these professional football players who doesn't want to be there. It's all about the fighting spirit, the club, the history. I don't think anybody cares. You know what? I don't think I was ever going to say this in my life. I've never seen. You know what? I've never seen United win a title. I've supported it since.
Man, that's crazy.
That's the crazy fact, because most people, maybe support United because of the past and successful years. I've supported it because of my fellow Dutchman, Louis van Gaal. I thought he was going to do it because I know he's a genius.
Yeah.
Afterwards, in his book, he wrote a lot of things why it didn't work out. Mourinho, that is publicly spoke about what's wrong. Ollie tried the opposite, puppet. Rangnick, I don't know. I think he's still a little bit of puppet, because otherwise he would have gone for Conte, So he doesn't have full control. So the problem lies deeper than what we are seeing. But I've lost my thought here. But it's delusional positivity. It's what Ollie has done wrong in my eyes. No accountability. People need to have a hard look at themselves and move on. We need a proper reset. Proper reset. Otherwise, otherwise we'll forget a title, man. It's gonna take plenty of years. It also, the reason I love you, Nureddin, is because you always talk about the structure. It's always how you build things. That's the basic forces. Look at Manchester City. Look at Tottenham. Forget Tottenham. Look at Chelsea and Liverpool. I mean, if Jurgen Klopp said, "I don't want Sadio Mane," do you think the club would stop him selling him? I don't think so, because they trust Klopp. He wouldn't. I know he wouldn't sell Mane, but just as an example, if he said Mane is not good enough, off you go. If Ralf Rangnick says McTominay is shit because he is shit, no. Politics in United. He has to stay. He has to play every single game. Doesn't matter if he's good. That's why Donny van der Beek has to get out as quickly as possible.
I said that, bro. We're keeping him hostage. Honestly, I know he's your fellow Dutchman, but we're keeping him hostage. It's almost abuse. We're going to get a call from Man United. They're going to get a call from Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch. I'm telling you, Human Rights Watch are going to be in touch soon, because it's crazy. It's crazy what's happening to him. Wesley, listen, the show's gone on for far too long, bro. I'm going to wish you good night, but definitely call in and we can have a proper chat next time as well. So I'm going to go to CM. The last two people, CM, Super Nick, and the other brother here. Mark is trolling us, so Rant is here as well. So Rahid. So we'll quickly go to Rahid, and then I'm going to finish the show with CM and Super Nick. Go ahead. Thank you, Wesley. Call again, definitely. You've made really fascinating points. The biggest point what you made is zero accountability at this football club. So how can we now demand, if the football structure has zero accountability, how can we all of a sudden demand the players to have accountability?
I don't know.
Because Manchester United, we don't have that. The owners, there's no accountability on the owners, on the people who run the football club, and we are expecting the players to have accountability.
Accountability and responsibility. That's the two words. That's it. If they fix that, We will move
That's
on.
all.
I
We
will
can
call
come
it
back.
then. Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
man. Love.
Take care, bud. Take care, guys.
Love. Listen, quickly make your point, Rahid.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you, bro.
Yeah, as the previous person said, there's like no identity like revolved around Manchester United from top to bottom. The way this club is run, it's an absolute mess. Like it's not run like an actual football club. Like I think that calling Manchester United a football club, I don't think it's even right to call it a football club because after all, it's not. It's a corporate business. It's Piggy Bank FC, and and some other things he said about, like, for example, like he brought up about the Klopp and Sadio Mane example. Like the reason why United didn't go for Antonio Conte is because like Conte would make his own decisions. He would be the one responsible for like who would come in, who would be his assistant coaches, et cetera, and what players to sell. Because like the fact that when they sacked Ollie and didn't get rid of Michael Carrick and Mike Phelan and all the other members of the coaching staff instantly indicates like how clueless and like incompetent like the board of Manchester United is, and like that's one thing that we have to like look into, and like and with so many players as part of the deadwood, with even with people like Phil Jones, like who hasn't featured in the squad for like nearly 2 years now, I believe, and who finally showed up in that game against Wolves. Like even paying like a lot of wages to players like them is not going to do anything good because like I don't know, man. Like I mean, the way this club is being run from top to bottom, it's an absolute mess. Like it's not even a football club.
You know what? I think you've hit it right on the head, brother. Seriously, Rahid, please call again because I'd really want to have a more of a longer chat with you. So next time, those people who didn't get to say that much, right? By the way, this is it. We're going to end it in a minute. But definitely you made some really interesting points, bro. And definitely call in again. Big up yourself, brother. But keep the faith. You know what? Man United is never should be defined by the actual owners and the people who are in charge now. Our history, our tradition, what we stand for as a football club.
Because
I know that's the thing. They don't care. They don't care, bro. They're just about money, bro. They're all about money. And we need to get rid of the vipers. They are, honestly, they are vampires, bro. Vampires.
Exactly. Yeah, we only exist for commercial purposes.
Of course. And this is it. And when you neglect the footballing side, it's going to come back to bite you in the backside. And that's what we're feeling at the moment. But thank you so much for definitely calling again.
Yeah, sure. I'll join next time. And thanks for having me, man.
Love, brother, love.
Right,
listen, CM, you're going to get, you, Super Nick, going to get the last words, bro. Go ahead. Talk to me.
First and foremost, how are you doing, Nuruddin?
I'm doing, I'm feeling a lot better, man. Feeling a lot better. I've been out and about. So too many people are paranoid, innit? You know what I mean? So about that Rona business. So yeah, I've been out and about. So it's good to get out and about, bro. After I've been coming down with the flu, man. So yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. But
how you doing, man? How are you doing? Are you well?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all good. Just keeping busy, focusing.
That's it.
Yeah, man. But I wanted to say a couple things. First and foremost, it's about the manager position. Because I feel like there's a lot of importance in what kind of manager we do get. We need a manager that is firm on his ideas and sticks to the plan always, and somebody that has the mental strength to overcome criticism. I feel like Ole, he had the support of the fans for a long time, but he didn't have the mental strength to overcome the pressure towards the end. And I feel like Ralph Rangnick, he has the 6 months, but there's going to be a new manager to come in. That person needs to have the mental strength to overcome the board, have the confidence to overcome the board and what they're telling him. And he needs to have the support of the fans also. Because I feel like we can be manipulated a lot by the news reports and stuff like that when they do come out. And that's the other thing I wanted to allude to, is that us as United fans, we need to stick together with each other. I feel like whenever these news articles and stuff like that do come out, they're put out, whether they're true or not, to create division within the fan base. And it happens a lot of the time. I see on Twitter all the time, Instagram, or even on like some of these platforms, we all sometimes come on and argue rather than having a debate. There is no right or wrong in these situations. And I feel like us as fans do need to remember and recognize that, these points it's always half and half. They may be right, they may be wrong. So I feel like the most important thing we can do as a fan base, to keep the Glazers honest first and foremost, is to stick together. Because whenever these like articles and stuff like that do come out, I think my number one concern is us as a fan base, because there's always division. And I feel like the reason why Man United brought in people like Neil Ashton and these things was to manipulate the fan base and make them, exactly, you know, give them a reason to sack managers, give them a reason to throw certain players under the bus. And we can't let that happen to ourselves, and we can't argue with each other to a certain extent. It's fine to debate because debates are healthy, but when it turns into arguments and disagreements and telling each other whether you're wrong or right, that's when you're letting them win.
100%. I think I agree with everything you said, bro. I think, you know what, it's other than signing a director of football nearly 3 and a bit years ago, Ed Woodward signed Neil Ashton, and that's when we knew we're not serious. We're not serious. And I think you've hit it right on the nail. I think it's to always is to stay united and to respect each other's opinions, because everybody, that's the joy of football, is that everybody's got their own opinion, and we have to respect each other when it comes to that. But definitely, we are always manipulated. We are the biggest propaganda machine in world football, bro. So of course, we're going to manipulate the fan base, because that's what is there. We're gonna, you know, some of the agent or the players are gonna talk and say this player, that, you know, that, and that's gonna happen. But one thing we need to do is stick together, but also respect each other, which is harder, I think, for a lot of fans, because passion, reactionary, all of those feelings, which makes us all a football fan. But we just need to realize that this club's not been right for a long, long time, man. And we're feeling, you know what? We are bearing the fruits of it. Super Nick, you're gonna have the last say on the show. So please close us out. Close us out.
Well,
we need some wisdom. We need some wisdom. So close us out.
Oh, blimey. Well, I'll give it a go. But I mean, CM said pretty much what I wanted to say. But I'd just like everybody to think about where they work. Look at their organization. Look at the structure of where they work. It applies in football. It's not just what we see on the pitch. The Glazers have been future planning for a very long time. They were planning for the day when the buffer, that was Sir Alex and Gil, left. And once they left, they went into full force with what they had been planning. So it wasn't last season. It wasn't when Moyes came in. This has been the plan from ever since they took over the club.
100%.
And that's why they never will make that mistake again, to employ any form of management that will go against what they have to say, and somebody who will have, you know, the respect that Sir Alex had at the club. That won't happen again. So the fact that we're including all these interim managers, 7 managers in or something like that. There's going to be more. There's going to be more. That is for sure. And I just like what Cameron was saying, in terms of the fan base, we need to look at the bigger picture now, because we can change and chop players, managers, the upper echelons are what need to change in order for us to see a change. And I'm still hopeful that one day the Glazers will go about their business and the club will be restored to some kind of normality, because the longest of rope has an end. Let's face it. I'm just hoping it's in my lifetime.
Exactly. It's in all our lifetimes. It's in all our lifetimes.
Because if the Glazer, just imagine if they try and push this thing through the family now. So when Daddy Glazer's dead, son Glazer, grandson Glazer, can you imagine?
Oh, man. Oh, my
God. No, that's not a good way to finish, is it?
No, but it's the reality, though. We keep it 100 on this channel. We keep it. We don't sugarcoat anything, Nicky, as you know. You're one of the main contributors to this channel. Yeah. We can't sugarcoat it. That could happen, but I just hope one day they just get sick and tired and they move on. They move on to something else.
Truthfully, and with the players, I know everybody's got their favourite players or their players that they don't particularly like and want to place the blame on. But in reality, if we look at all the teams, if we want to stick with the league, all the teams in the league have players with big egos, big salaries, so we can't use that as a blame, really, because you see other players in other teams making mistakes. So
Exactly.
we've got to think bigger. That's all.
100%. No, 100%. We got to think bigger, and then we also have to show a united front and not getting manipulated. I think you've laid it down in terms of with the Glazers and the ownership and how toxic it is, and how it is controlled. Like any manager that's ever come in, any player that's always has to succumb to the way the club is by the owners and the bankers who run it. That's to me the biggest thing. It's like you giving the job to run the football club to the bankers. Why? Because like the other brother was just saying before, it's a piggy bank. It's a corporation. We're run like a, you know what I mean? We are on a stock exchange. We are. You know what I mean? We are a company.
And all they care about is being sexy on the stock exchange.
Exactly. But then what we do is, in the meantime, we manipulate the fans with the biggest propaganda machine. We show players after training and that. Sometimes I think it's a bit cringeworthy. It's training. Why are you making after the game? If you win a game, if you're winning loads of games, do the PR stuff. But I'm sure they're making them do that. I'm sure. You know, the players also have to speak to the fans these days. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
what's going on?
What's going on? So they're pushing the players to do all of these things. I genuinely don't think. And then you saw it. They hired a algorithms guy to basically look at the trend. So then the players make apologies. What the hell?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, Bruno Fernandes, I don't think would ever miss a penalty at Sporting Lisbon. He didn't write an A4 apology. You know what I mean? You miss a penalty. That's what happens. That's football. Move on. There they go. So it's super surreal. So we're being manipulated. The players have been manipulated, and Neil Ashton is always there pulling the strings. Go ahead, PM.
If anything, instead of apologizing for missing a penalty, they should have apologized for misplacing passes.
I think we finished with that comment, you know. I think we're going to end up with that comment. Big up to every one of you. Please smash a like for every caller, everybody who called in tonight. Big up to all of you therapy army. And you know what? If we don't talk to each other, if we don't have these like call-ins and try to come with solutions, because at times we're only like as a human being, but as a community, we come together and we investigate and we have various different voices of what do we think the problem is. That's the only way we can make sense of it, because we're never going to be let in. We're never going to be that fly on the wall in that to really understand what's going on. One thing we do all know.
No, I was going to say, sorry, Nuruddin. I was going to say, and don't you think as a fan base, we are becoming more intelligent and they are starting to get onto us. Like they're starting to watch and listen everything we do and they're reacting to us now. So all of these stories and all of these stupid little things like clicks and stuff, like clickbait stuff, what I'm seeing now, it's no surprise.
Yeah. And you know what? So on Monday, a lot of people were saying before the game, this Man United not looking to sign anybody in January. All of a sudden, I was telling my friend and my cousin yesterday, I was like, write all the stories now. Man United being linked with this player and that player, with that player, this midfield. It's like, wow, they've been doing that for how long? Like, just to play on the emotions of the fans. And that's why I refuse. Like I said, we're going to do on this channel, we're going to do debunking transfers. We're going to be saying it's a lie. And that show's coming soon on this channel, because we know they use that as a tactic to manipulate the fans as well. But big up Super Nick, big up CM, and thank you to everybody who rang in. Please smash a like for everybody who rang in, because that's what the community's about, man. I'm just a person who's got the login details. That's all I am. But respect and love. We always say Glazers out. We always say bankers out. And stop the manipulation, and fans need to unite. Definitely. Unity is there. We need to respect each other's opinions and respect that it's not coming from a manipulated place. It's coming from just the way that everybody sees it. Everybody sees it differently. If all three of us now saw something, we will all see something different within everything that we saw. And that's how the human mind, the human eyes work. So, Man United, we've got to back them. We can't. That's what we got to take it to the grave, innit? We can't swap a football team. You know what I mean? You can't do it. And sometimes that's why it makes it when we win in our lifetime. I know we win the league again, right? And it'll make it sweeter. It will make it sweeter. So all those young people, keep your head held high. Man United is still always like the essentially on top of the Stretford end. Adored, loved, never ignored. Never. We're never going to be ignored. We're always in the conversation. So love and respect. Glazers out, bankers out. Peace, love, light, and hope you're having a great start to the new year. Take care, people. Peace.
Night.